Good evening, everybody. Good evening. This is your author, Patrick Neo Mabiletsa. Remember that I'm the author of three books: Chronicles of a Fatherless Son, Now I Understand Why It Had to Happen, and this one, Does Time Really Heal? I enjoy talking about Does Time Really Heal? I like talking about it because it's a recent book. And some people have not been able to get hold of the book because they are outside the province during the lockdown, COVID-19. Nobody's really able to courier the books. It is one of the things that are not sitting well with me, but for the safety of many people, we are staying home for safety and security. I just like to read on one chapter from the book. One of the chapters that I feel that sometimes as people we lack the understanding of what it means to grieve. We grieve differently, and that is obvious. But what does it mean to grieve? Things aren't always as they seem to be. Things don't always go the way we suppose them to go, and because life throws curveballs in most cases, we do things that we are not expecting, especially when we grieve. Some people get addicted to alcohol, some people get addicted to sex, some people get addicted to different kinds of things. Drugs, alcohol. They go around hurting other people as well because they are hurting. I know from experience because when I was hurting, I got addicted to something and I wasn't sure how I got there, but now I realize that there are things in life that can lead you to do what you never thought that you are capable of doing. You go around and you hear people telling you that pain can be controlled. You try to control that pain and there is nothing you can do. Sometimes there isn't absolutely nothing that you can do. I like to refer to my book when I talk about a lot of things, especially when I talk about death and the things that are said. Death is not for the faint-hearted. A lot of people can testify to that. Death is not for the faint-hearted. When people die, there is no second chance. They're gone. Who does it hurt more for people to die? It hurts the people that are left behind. Unfortunately, the people that are left behind are the ones that suffer the most. I'm going to read a little bit of... I wanted to try and read all of it, but unfortunately, it is a little bit too long. So I'm just going to read bits and pieces of it. You can put your comment below, tell me what you think. Okay, so the subheading says, definitely not for the faint-hearted. In all that has been said, death is brutal, death is damaging, and death can subdue a man or a woman, and they would not be able to move. They would hang around the carcass like flies, laying their eggs in the rotten flesh, not being able to move away from the dead flesh. They can surround the carcass for many years, and without realizing that the world around them is moving, and that there are other things around them that are trying to eat them. When an eagle is flying around the carcass, trying to make sure it does not get killed by lions itself, it realizes that there are worms that have been around the carcass for a while. But because the worms have focused so much on eating or are surrounding the carcass and not moving, they end up being eaten themselves by the eagle. The lions would have normally eaten their fill, and they would be sitting around the carcass or sleeping even. But the worms would still be working the carcass day and night, hoping to eat as much as they can, sleeping there even, not moving, and ending up getting devoured themselves. And that's how we become as well. If we do not fight and lift our heads up, we realize later on, when time has passed, that 10 years down the line, we've not done anything with our lives. We've been surrounding one carcass, one lost love. And because we are so hurt, our heads are so buried in what we have lost, that we are not able to see the eagles eating away our eyes to see the future, our ears to hear the possibilities, in our hearts to love again. What this is basically saying is that sometimes we can focus on what is lost and fail to realize what is still around us. I experienced my uncle, one of the uncles that I loved so much with all my heart, and he lost his wife, and he focused on one carcass. He focused on losing his wife. He had 6 other children that he needed to take care of, but he lost it. He failed, basically, to understand that one person who died is dead. You cannot hang around there anymore. But then again, it raises the question, is everybody able to handle that kind of pain? Is everybody able to move away from the hurt, the deep piercing that goes directly into your heart? Remember, the dead don't remember. The living do. Does time really heal? Does it? Some say time does not heal. It only numbs the pain. Some say the time only makes everything better. You get used to the pain due to the time. But I say today, anything is possible. Do not sit around with the pain. Do not sit around with the hurt. Get help. Because you only live once. Thank you so much for listening tonight. I really appreciate the listening and the support. There's a subscribe button at the bottom. Please click the subscribe button. And there's a little bell there. If you can press that bell so that next time when I post, you get notified. I'd appreciate that. For now, I'm out. Thank you so much. Patrick Mabiletsa, author, motivational speaker, and everything else that you can imagine. Plus life coach. Conversations with Neo. #. Peace.